Welcome to the Cool Dad Loves Watches channel. I would greatly appreciate it if you all would subscribe. And today let's look at two Winger watches. I guess the first question is, who is this Winger company? What are they? What are they about? And do they have a lot of watchmaking heritage? Well, the answer is no, but they have been making things out of steel for actually a long time, over 100 years. The Winger Company was originally founded in 1893, and along with Victorinox, they were the two companies that made the world-famous Swiss Army knife. After the 9/11 terrorist attacks, people continued carrying their little Swiss Army knives to the airport, and they were confiscated. I had a buddy of mine that worked for surplus property in my state, and at the state surplus property building, they had bins full of little knives. A lot of those were the Swiss Army knives. So that caused their company to lose a lot of sales, and pretty much they were in trouble. Victorinox saved them when they acquired Winger in 2005. Now, Winger watches are one of the few timepieces that are still actually made in Switzerland, with facilities located in Biel, not sure. So they are legitimately Swiss made. And of course, to qualify for the label Swiss made, a watch must have a minimum of 50% Swiss components and then be assembled in Switzerland. At the 2016 Baselworld Expo, Victorinox relaunched Winger as a brand with Swiss values at a reasonable price. After that event, Winger started using the slogan, "A Swiss company since 1893." And they stopped using their old slogan, "Maker of the genuine Swiss Army knife." So that's a little bit about the history of Winger. And any mispronunciations of anything Swiss, of course, you can tell by my accent, I am not from Switzerland, so please forgive those. And if anybody wants to leave a comment on how to pronounce any of these terms that I've butchered phonetically, feel free to do so. So the first time I heard about Winger was on the Just One More Watch channel. And after some research on Amazon, I picked up my first one, the Winger Attitude Day Date. It was only $46.89. And then I ordered the Winger Men's Urban Metropolitan Date, this watch, for $43.99. Now, the one on the left, the Attitude watch, it struck me as something of a throwback. It almost reminded me of a clock you would see in an old-time pharmacy. So it was intriguing. I bought that one. Then I really decided that I would like to have a watch that had the feel of a Rolex Explorer, kind of the look of a Rolex Explorer without spending a ton of money. I ended up purchasing this Winger, and I liked it because of the black PVD case, and also the way they put the date window at about the 4:30, so that you would still have the 12, 3, 6, and 9 unblocked by the date window. So both of these watches were pretty cool, and I thought, well, let's see if they live up to the reputation that they were given on the Just One More Watch channel. Alright, both of these watches have very similar specs. Of course, the PVD coating on the black watch is the main difference. They both have 100 meters of water resistance. I'll flip this one over so you can see a little bit about that. Of course, my cheap setup here sometimes makes it a little bit difficult to show things, but it has 100 meters of water resistance. Both of them do. They have lume, but not a lot, and it's just on the hands. It's not great lume, but it does have a little bit of lume. They both have stainless steel cases. They're both about 42 millimeters wide and have a lug width of 22 millimeters. They also have a sapphire coated crystal, but it's not sapphire. I did a little bit of research on that and couldn't really find definitively how hard sapphire coated crystal is. If you have any information about sapphire coated crystals, please feel free to leave a comment below. And both are supposedly powered by a Swiss Ronda quartz movement. I haven't opened up the case to verify, but supposedly that's the movement according to the website. Alright, so the pros, obviously, both are Swiss-made timepieces. They're both powered by a Swiss quartz movement. Stainless steel, they both have a screw-down case back. They both have 100 meters of water resistance, and both have this dubious sapphire-coated mineral crystal. So we're going to say that's a pro. The cons, the things that are lacking in both of these watches are that the finishing is all polished. It might be boring, but it's well done. The crown is not signed on either of these, as you can see, but they're large and easy to operate. The worst thing about both of these watches are the straps. Believe it or not, both of these straps are worse than entry-level Seiko watches. I actually switched the straps they came on originally with the opposite watch. Originally, the black BVD case watch came with the cheap red NATO. It is horrible. As you can tell, the strap keepers on the red NATO are cloth, or actually nylon, I guess. They're not made of steel. And the NATO strap itself feels like a used paper towel. Basically, that's it. It's a used paper towel NATO strap. In fact, it is probably the worst strap I have ever seen in my life. It is horrible. The black leather strap feels pretty good, but the strap keepers are horrible. One broke off pretty quickly, and as you can tell on this one, it's falling apart too. So good looking strap. It feels fairly nice, but the strap keeper is horrible again. The other last thing that is kind of aggravating with these watches, and some of you all have probably picked up on this by now, you can see that the seconds hand doesn't always squarely hit in the middle of the indice or the number or the marker. It's just a little bit off, and for some people that really drives them crazy. Kind of does me too. So the question is, should you buy a Winger watch? Well, for a quartz timepiece that's under $50, that has all of those specs, that's Swiss made, something that looks pretty good and is durable, it certainly outclasses most Timex watches for the same price. And if you would like to actually own a legitimate Swiss made watch, you can do so without investing a lot of money. So I would highly recommend starting your Swiss made watch adventure with a Winger watch, especially if you do not want to spend a lot of money. Thanks for watching the Cool Dad Loves Watches channel. And again, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe. And always, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.